Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team.
Safe.
The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
The village of Hyannis and the village of Cotuit going head-to-head in a showing. If the past 3 games are any indication, we should have another good one tonight, guys.
Should be a close one. We've seen that all in the past few games. 2-1 right now. Cotuit Kettleers do have the series, but this is game 4, a chance to even it up. So we're expecting a good matchup here. Cotuit's taking the first right now. Hyannis Harbor Hawks in the third. Should be a great game in front of us.
And I will say, Hyannis still has the run differential lead against Cotuit so far this season. They won the last game on a walk-off mercy rule in the 7th inning. So this is certainly a big game in this series. Can Hyannis knot it up, or will Cotuit win the season series?
That could happen tonight. It is 2-1 series lead for the Kettleers. Happen tonight. It is 2-1 series lead for the Kettleers. And for this Kettleers team, they are stacked with a lot of power. But for defensively for them, there's got to be a couple players that got to have to make an impact tonight.
When you talk about the defense for the Cotuit Kettleers, it's going to be the difference. It's going to be Grant and Jay. What do the Harbor Hawks do so well when they get going? It's going to be the run game. So Grant and Jay behind home plate tonight. It's been to hold the Harbor Hawks and not let them steal bases whenever they want to. It's going to be so big for the impact of this ball game.
Yeah, big impact there. Hyannis, Josh, who do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for Hyannis, you look at this infield that has been changed and shaped so much. You see Blake Cavill back there at first base, but the guy I'm looking at is Dalton Bargo over there at the hot corner. He kind of plays all over the place in his collegiate season, but need him to be good at the hot corner.
Yeah, need him to be good at the hot corner tonight. Veterans Appreciation Night here at McKeon Park. Earlier today, I had the opportunity to talk to Mitch Carricker about this big game. Sitting down with the manager, Mitch Carricker. Skip, coming off the off day. How's the off day spent for you?
It was good. It was beach day for me and the family. Just hung out at home, had a nice meal together. Pretty relaxing. It was nice.
Nice relaxing day. Also got clean shaven here a little bit.
I did. I know. My wife says I look like I'm 12 now, but I feel better about myself.
Hi. Beard's off, feeling better about yourself. Got to feel good about your crew back here at McKeon Park, a place that you guys have played so well over the entire season thus far, but takes on maybe one of the toughest tests in the Cotuit Kettleers. How do you hope your team performs back here on home soil?
Yeah, I think, getting back to some quality at-bats. We got some new faces in the dugout tonight, and so, if they get in, great. If they don't, that's all right too, but really just collectively we'd like to get our bats going a little bit more than they were the last time we got a chance to play. And like you said, we got a good test in Cotuit. They're number 1 for a reason. They got a good club, so hopefully we're up to the challenge.
Talked about being up for the challenge. Someone that showed he was up for the challenge was Grant Stevens in his last start. What do you need to see from him to stay on an upward trajectory?
Yeah, I think the same thing. He throws the ball really well. Throws 3 or 4 pitches for strikes. Again, not going to wow you with the stuff, so to speak, but really knows how to pitch, and so looking for him to do the same today and get us off to a good start.
Coming off a night where you guys had 3 errors, very uncharacteristic of the leading Harbor Hawks in fielding percentage and the fewest errors overall. Can you speak to your defense and how they've developed throughout the entire summer?
Yeah, I think it's been really, really good. I think collectively it's hard when you all come from different programs and you teach things a little bit differently, but we've been really good on that front. And what was it, Sunday, I guess? I'm losing track of the days. Sunday, we just did some things that were uncharacteristic, probably tried to do a little too much in some instances. So dialing that back in will be important for us today.
You really begin the home stretch and the push to the playoffs. You talked about it with the league leading Cotuit Kettleers. How big is this game for you guys from a momentum standpoint heading into August and hopefully into the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think, we see them as a playoff team, potentially the number 1 or 2 seed in our division. And so we want to see how we measure up against a team like that. And they've been very successful, over Coach Roberts' career. And so that's the place we want to get to. And so I think today is a good test for us. Again, we're going to take it one game at a time. We got 10 left, and we talked about it a little bit before. We're 10 left with 2 out of first, so we're in a good position, but we just need to take care of business.
All right. Hopefully you guys can take care of business. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Sideline reporter Josie Broyles here with Zay Gutierrez after his first time on the mound for the Harbor Hawks. How was it? How was the experience pitching for the first time?
It was good. I was trying to just treat it like a regular season game in the spring, but overall it was good. I got to experience the Cape and a couple more starts, even that. So it's been good. I've been enjoying every moment of it out here.
And it's your first week here on the Cape. What are you really looking to improve upon, especially approaching playoffs so soon?
For sure, just meeting everybody, getting to know them a lot better, developing a new pitch, and just the opportunities I get here is just making the most out of it since it's, coming close to the playoffs and everything. So.
Yeah. And kind of like a fresh set of eyes for the team. What do you think the team is doing pretty well overall that you noticed last game?
Just coming together, playing as a team, really. I think defensive side, we've been pretty good. I've seen the pitching side do really good, hitting side doing good. So overall, just playing as a team has been really what I've been noticing, which is good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome you back here to McKeon Park. Veteran Appreciation Night at McKeon Park. Coaching staff taking a little bit of time before the game right now to thank all the veterans who are honored pregame for their service and their dedication to protecting this country. Big game on hand for them, and it'll be Grant Stevens who gets his second start of the summer on the mound, Nico.
Yeah, we saw him once already. Looks great in that outing. 3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits given up, and he was so effective in his debut on the road. This will be his first time here at McKeon Park, where the Harbor Hawks have played so well. He's a big attitude guy. High 80s, low 90s fastball. Very good slider, has a lot of bite to it. Changeup doesn't show it too much, but we'll throw it. And he's got that high arching 12-6 curveball to go right behind it.
And for Stevens, he's going to have to take on a lineup that at this moment is maybe one of the best lineups in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. They have been so good from 1 through 9. Even with new guys coming in and out, it has been so impressive. As you see there, Tanner Thatch leading off, Grant J batting second, Brandon Compton, one of the few guys who has been here the entire time. And you got Devin Taylor out of Indiana, Easton Winfield batting 5th, Charles Davalon batting 6th, and you got Timo Becerra at shortstop. He is batting 7th, Nolan Naraki batting 8th, and then the all-star starter, Jaron Advincula, is batting 9th.
And you look at Advincula and Thatch, maybe one of the biggest 1-2 punches that you can have in a lineup. Advincula, first on the Cape Cod Baseball League in batting average at .417. Thatch coming in behind with 8 home runs.
And that's a great point, Jacob, but Harbor Hawks fans know how valuable Advincula is, because we had a player similar to him earlier who recently departed, and Nick Groves, who at the bottom of the order, he acted as that second leadoff man, to where you get Advincula on, 40% of the time, since he's hitting around 400 this year. Then you've got Tanner Thatch to lead off the order. It's just such a deadly recipe and allows the middle of the order to really eat throughout the game.
Let's get you updated on the meteorological side of this contest tonight. Have sunset around 8:07. Humidity low at 77%. So should be a beautiful night as long as the weather holds off.
Yeah, it's going to be the weather holding off. Saw a little bit of rain this morning. You're going to see the great job by the grounds crew here for the Harbor Hawks taking care of the field. You show up to the field today, a little muddy. Infield was very wet. Took great care of it, put some dry dirt on it. Infield looks great now.
Yeah, biggest concern pregame was that first base area beyond the bag and into the corner. It's still a little muddy over there. Don't be shocked if a ball spins out of there a little bit, but ground crew doing a great job pregame getting the field in playable conditions for Grant Stevens and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. But like we talked about, kick off this home stretch of the season. 10 games right now, heading into the playoffs in a big stretch. They're going to face Cotuit one more time beyond tonight. That one will be on the 1st of August at Lowell Park. But Hyannis trying to even the season series and make it a winner-take-all Game 5 on August 1st. Tanner Thatch, the UNC Wilmington product, first baseman, will get us going tonight with the Cotuit Kettleers. Cannon Peebles behind home plate. The former Cotuit Kettleer does the catching for Stevens. First pitch from Stevens is fouled into the netting, and we're underway from McKeon Park on an overcast Tuesday evening.
Temperature dropped for the first time today and a couple times, and for those who saw, Jacob Byron's wearing the vest today.
0-1 to Stevens is upstairs. Got to come prepared. I don't have much on my bones, so you got to maybe add a little bit. So went with the vest today. Felt like it was the proper clothing item. The 1-1 breaking ball that is poked foul and up into the parking lot.
And Tanner Thatch, as a leadoff hitter, one of the more new school leadoff hitters where, he does hit for average. He gets on base. Everything you like out of a leadoff hitter, but he also hits for power. He has 8 home runs this season, among the top of the CCBL, and providing that pop at the top of the order, especially when you have Advincula, who's on base so frequently at the bottom of the order. That is why Cotuit has been so good offensively.
The 1-2 from Stevens is outside on the Western Division All-Star, who will be making his name known at the Milton Cat All-Star game. Will be the first base starter for the Western side. 2-2. Grounder over to White at second base, who sidearm throws for the first out here for tonight's contest.
You see White there, and we showed you the defense earlier, but Eric Snow over at shortstop today. This has been the guy who's been here for the past 2 years, been here all year, and this is his first start over there at shortstop, so a little bit of an infield change. And again, Blake Cavill back from the Savannah Bananas.
Blake Cavill had the weekend off to participate in the greatest show in baseball, the Savannah Bananas. They were down in Washington, D.C., dazzling the DMV, and called it one of those great experiences that you get to be a part of. Doesn't know how many more times he'll be able to do it, but calls it one of those experiences you can do everything that baseball coaches told you not to do. 1-0 is a swing and a miss. 77-mile-an-hour pitch from Stevens to Grant J., the DBU Patriot.
Yeah, I mean, banana ball certainly makes some Little League coaches not too happy. Always hear, hey, quit hot dogging. If you said that at a Savannah Bananas game, I think you'd be escorted out.
1-1 is fouled back by Jay, 1-2. And Second year doing this. Cavill had it last summer as well, participating with them, part of a connection he made through Western Kentucky, his school. Now the 1-2 from Stevens. High fly ball deep into foul territory. Kepley's going to give it a look, and will bounce out of play and into the Cotuit Kettleers bullpen and beyond their fence.
It's the first changeup. Stevens is thrown to 9, and what's so fun to watch Stevens, he's an artist. He's not 98 plus. His fastball is usually around the mid to high 80s. He touches low 9 sometimes, but low 80 stuff really mixes a slider and curveball in well, and that changeup plays so well off that fastball.
1-2, swing and a miss. That gets away from Peebles, and Grant J will be able to reach first on the drop third strikeout.
It's a nasty curveball that time that gets Jay to chase over the top of it. Peebles can't quite handle it. And Jay reaches first base on the strikeout for Brendan Compton, who is one of the best in the league at driving runners in. He is 5th in the CCBL.
And with 22 RBIs, couple that with 29 hits, which is good for 7th in the Cape Cod Baseball League. He's able to be an RBI machine for the Kettleers. 0-0 pitch is called the top of the zone for a strike.
And no surprise that Compton has found the success that he has in the Cape League. Last season in the Northwoods League, he absolutely dominated, hitting .320 with 13 homers, 71 RBIs.
0-1, swing and a miss. Taking the talents to the best summer league there is on the Cape Cod Baseball League and showing to the world and to the MLB that he is a name that should be thought of on the upcoming drafts. 0-2, Stevens will check back. For Stevens, his last appearance came against the Falmouth Commodores at Gov Fuller Field, went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits. 0-2, misses off the plate. Move the count to 1-2.
Another thing that Grant Stevens does so well is holding runners on. He has 2 different leg lifts. He has a straight up leg lift, which you'll see on a pick over to first, as well as a delivery. But he also has a very quick slide step that he mixes in there and keeps the runners honest and has a great pickoff move as well.
1-2, breaking ball that Compton swings through on for the second out.
It's a beautiful pitch right there. He mixes the curveball and slider in so well. Now is a slider. That one's staying up in the zone a little bit, but having enough horizontal movement to miss barrel. And so far, he has 2 strikeouts already, as well as a ground out.
But it really doesn't get easier. Now, Devin Taylor, who likely would have been an all-star if he had played a little bit more this summer, left to go to Team USA.
Stevens checks back on Jay, who goes in standing, and for Taylor, batting .290 with an on-base percentage of .375 with a slugging of .532 so far through his 19 games played. Pitch upstairs 1-0, and Indiana Hoosier in the cleanup spot for this Cotuit Kettleers team that has scored the most runs coming into this final stretch of the season with 179 behind them. Hyannis with 173. 1-0's in for a called strike on Taylor, 1-1. And you want offense? This should be the game for you with the 2 best offenses statistically on paper going head-to-head. 1-1. Upstairs 2-1 at 85. And add in a little bit of a rivalry between the 2 teams. Makes for what should be a great evening of baseball.
Yeah, the first couple games were amazing, and in that last one here back in McKeon Park, a little bit of a funky one. Harbor Hawks got ahead early. You saw the Cotuit Kettleers go to their position players. Early in the game, it was the Big 12 Player of the Year, Max Ballou, coming in the 4th inning, and he put up a bunch of zeros on the mound as well. So a very funky game there. That game ended in 7.
2-2, breaking ball. That goes too far into the righty's batter's box. 3-2. One of the weirder games we've seen on Cape Cod from a Hyannis perspective. 14-4, Hyannis was able to pick up the win in the 7-inning mercy. Payoff pitch. It's fouled back off the glove of Peebles. Taylor keeping his at-bat alive along with Cotuit Kettleers' first half inning.
Grant Stevens does such a good job attacking away there. Went back-to-back sliders away here. Let's see if they try to go fastball back inside or if they try to stay away on Devin Taylor.
Payoff pitch is upstairs. Grant Stevens gives Devin Taylor the walk here to move runners to first and second for the Kettleers to bring up Easton Winfield.
And just a phenomenal at-bat by Devin Taylor. Grant Stevens did a really nice job, not giving him anything to hit, picking at corners, and, Taylor able to work the count long enough to stay alive.
It's been that slider that stayed up in the zone a little bit for Stevens. He has gotten a called strike a few times, just reaching the top of the zone, but missing up a few times with that slider. Would like to see him get that down as the game goes on.
0-0 pitch outside to Winfield, the Louisiana Monroe product. And at right field for Mike Roberts' team. Mike Roberts, Western Division All-Star coach, co-managing that with Jeff Trundy, soon to be Hall of Famer. Winfield fouls off the next pitch. He sees 1-1.
Hey, you wonder maybe in that All-Star game if the East takes a 4-0 lead, if Mike Roberts decides to have the position players start throwing.
1-1's called for a strike. Grant Stevens trying to work out of the traffic that he's placed behind him on the drop third strike, and Grant J. the walk to Devin Taylor. 1-2 is fouled. Stevens really laboring so far. This will be his 27th pitch of this top of the first. Winfield sends it foul high and into the berm down left field line. And fans are everywhere you can put a lawn chair tonight. Grandstands are packed, along with some open grass. 1-2 from Stevens. Sent back into the netting. Winfield doing a great job to lengthen this AB.
Yeah, these Kettleers so far, no short at-bats. Again, he already has 3 outs. Grant Stevens has got 3 outs already. That drop third strike and then that 1 walk. But they're working lengthy at-bats, not extending the zone. 2 strikeouts on the day, and even to Tanner Thatch, no 1-pitch at-bats. And he's about to throw his 30th pitch, and he's been effective. He has 3 outs already, looking for his 4th.
The 2-2 runs inside. It was a fight-off swing by Winfield.
And that was just a beautiful curveball that time that started pretty much at the eyes of Winfield and then dropped down, was going to be a strike, and he somehow just threw the barrel at it and fought it off.
Two is a swing and a miss. Grant Stevens opens the first with a little bit of traffic, but it's no problem for the Oklahoma Sooner. Hyannis Harbor Hawks picking up the bats for the first time when we return.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Welcome you back to McKeon Park. Grant Stevens able to work out of the first, but it's Gabe Nard, the Duke Blue Devil, who earns the start for Mike Roberts' squad.
Yeah, the 5'11 sophomore Blue Devil, you see his stats there. His last appearance, getting a lengthy outing, 4 innings pitched, no hits, 2 earned runs given up. Just had a little bit of control issues with the 3 walks, but this is going to be his 4th appearance. And this is going to be one of their better starters, a low 90s, fastball arm. His fastball's a lot of arm side sink to it. Came out of the bullpen for the Duke Blue Devils. Comes here as a starter for Cotuit. And he's going to be a fastball slider, change-up guy, and he's not going to waste any time. He's going to go right at these Harbor Hawk hitters.
Someone that's looking to waste time is Kane Kepley, the Cape Cod Baseball League's leader in walks in the leadoff spot today, Josh, for Hyannis.
Yeah, he's going to work some outstanding at-bats today if he is on his game. But Kane Kepley, then you got Eric Snow, Dalton Bargo, Michael DiTallo, and Eddie Pelk making his first Harbor Hawks start. And then you got Cannon Peebles, Mason White, Blake Cavell back from the Bananas, and Josh Tate to round things off.
First pitch to Kepley from Nard is outside for ball, 1-0. And for Kane Kepley, 6th in on-base percentage at .435. First in runs with 25. And 3rd in stolen bases with 15. That's why Jay is the impact player you have to look at for Cotuit. Understanding how Hyannis leans in to a little bit of the small ball game and trying to grab bags. 1-1's outside at a firm 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
And Nard's going to be a guy who attacks hitters well, has a lot of arm side run, getting away from him a little bit so far. That ball having a little bit of sink to it. So far, he hasn't had the best command of it. I mean, here early, but just for the first 3 balls, that sinker's missing arm side.
And Kepley, the last 5 games, has struggled as he works the walk there, but just hitting 105. So looking to, get back in the swing of things.
How do you get back into the swing of things? You earn yourself a walk, something that he does better than anybody. And add in the fact that you have maybe one of the hottest hitters on Cape Cod behind you in Eric Snow. Over the last 5 games, Snow batting .421. We'll check back on Kepley, who dives in safely.
Yeah, he's been swinging it really well, and that's why he's kind of been up and down the lineup too. We see him in the 5, the 4, see him in the 2 right behind Kepley. It's a dangerous duo. For those two, you have a guy in Kane Kepley who finds his way on almost every single time. He's 2nd in on-base percentage on the team and leads the team in stolen bases. Then you have Eric Snow, one of the hottest hitters, back-to-back All-Stars.
Snow grounds one over to Thatch, who goes to 2nd. Becerra was there, but Snow is able to beat it down the line to avoid the double play.
And Tanner Thatch that time kind of had a routine double play ball and just lobbed the ball over to second base. Part of that being because Timo Becerra had to get over to the bag to cover, so kind of taking them out of a double play.
Dalton Bargo, Tennessee Volunteer, now steps in. Bargo sends first pitch he sees into the netting, foul. For Dalton Bargo, another individual that over the last 5 games has really come into his own, batting .278. Oh, 1 is a swing and a miss. Bargo's behind 0-2.
And he's going to stay away from these hitters, and especially when you look at the right-handers, his slider and his sinker and fastball are going to all stay away. Comes inside a little bit more to lefties, but to those right-handed batters, everything's going to be away.
0-2, swing and a miss that Nard is able to place away for the second out and first strikeout of his appearance.
And that was just a fastball with lots of arm side run that starts, looks like it's going to be a strike right over the middle and just barely, barely misses the outside of the plate.
Michael Talo, one of Hyannis' 6 All-Stars, grounds one over to Avincula, who fires to Thatch in time. It's a 1-2-3-4 inning for Gabe Nard. Through 1, it's scoreless in the Battle of Barnstable.
Hello there, Cape Cod. We're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bork Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
So I think, Dean, they're allowing you to find your own success and your own true independence.
Dean is a whole group of all different kinds of people and communities.
Since I've come to Dean, I've learned a lot of time management skills.
Our community is especially tight-knit, and the majority of our students live on campus. And you are guaranteed 4 years of housing while you attend Dean.
Dean is just full of opportunities for you to embrace, to welcome, so you can change yourself to who you want to be and form your career for the future.
So go through that, all right? Think that way.
Be a bulldog. Have a bulldog mentality in everything you do in life, whether you're playing sports or in the classroom or just socializing around campus.
The lights at McKeon Park stay bright all season long thanks to the NAC Cape Cod. The NAC offers 2 convenient locations in Hyannis and Orleans, both offering delicious burgers, tacos, sandwiches, and more. Visit NACCapeCod.com to order online today. The NAC Cape Cod is proud to be the Line Up the Park sponsor of the Harbor Hawks all season long. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday evening alongside Josh Schreiber, Nico Sharp. I'm Jacob Irons. Matt Coates and Josie Broyles are down by the dugouts patrolling for us this evening. It'll be Charles Davalin, Timo Becerra, and Nolan Naraki here in this second inning for the Cotuit Kettleers. Pitch is called for strike.
Very left-handed heavy lineup for the Cotuit Kettleers. A lot of lefty-lefty matchup against the left-hander Stevens.
Stevens pokes one into the netting, and Stevens ahead. 0-2. Had 3 strikeouts in the last half inning. One of them was a drop third strike. Grounder into the glove of Bargo. That he comes up firing, and it's a long throw by the dugout of the Cotuit Kettleers. Cannon Peebles providing some assistance. Charles Davalon gets aboard to lead things off here in the second.
Dalton Bargo went full extendo over there at third base. Had a chance to make a tough play, but I want to kick away from it a little bit. He used quick feet, able to get back on his feet to throw it over there, but just rushed it a little bit. That one sailing over the head of Cavill.
Stevens will check back in on Davalon.
Stevens is very tricky with his head movement as well. Sometimes he'll lift his leg and look at the runner on first and then throw home. And sometimes he'll look at them and then pick over. Changes up really well. Love his head positioning there, as you saw right there.
Roper, that goes into foul territory and out of the reach of the speedy Kepley. 0-1 to Becerra. And for Grant Stevens, he's working on a mound that he worked on himself today, part of the crew that does the field work along with Casey Hintz and Kieran Cahy. Stevens taking no days off. Just working on the mound to get it in proper shape. 0-1 is a off-speed pitch that drops in for a strike. 0-2, and Stevens takes pride in the work that he does with the Harbor Hawks and getting the field ready. All led by hitting coach Sean Riley. 2, number that goes down the third base line and will trickle foul.
And when you get a chance to work on your own mound that you're going to be throwing on a couple hours later, you get to maneuver it however you like. Sometimes some guys like a cutout, like to have a good spot for your foot in, and some people like it a little more dirt, a little higher. Feel like you're staying there a little taller on the mound, and so you get to kind of configure that mound to be however you like it. Pulls the string, throws the changeup right there, and he does a great job. That one staying up in the zone a little bit, but it was the velo difference that really kept Becerra out on his front foot.
And now with Nolan Naraki up at the bottom of the order. I'd like to get an out here with the all-star starter up on deck in Jaron Advincula.
Breaking ball that comes in to the zone for a called strike at 76. Rocky, the Clemson Tiger, primary third baseman for them, playing third base today for the Kettleers. 0-1, runner goes. Peebles up out of the squat, throw down, is not in time. Davalon's able to sneak in under the throw, get a stolen base, and move himself into scoring position to eliminate the double play possibility.
What a quick throw from the catcher, Peebles. Got a great jump over there on first base was Davalon. See Stevens worked a high leg kick, got a great jump, quick feet, quick exchange. What a great pop time, but Davalon on first base getting a great jump on the high leg lift.
1-1, 75-mile-an-hour pitch comes in for strike. It's really been the breaking stuff for Stevens that has been the called strike pitch. Pitch inside that Naraki turns on, but has it go a foot away from the chuck to keep it foul. 1-2.
You see Davalon over there at second base being very aggressive. Trying to time up Stevens on second. We'll see if they picked up on that and make a move here.
1-2. Peebles keeps it in front of him.
It is very hard to pick up Grant Stevens. Changes timing up as well, changes look up. That time didn't even look back to second base. Sometimes the runner's waiting for them to look back at them and then turn their head and then get a jump, but Grant Stevens did a great job, not even looking back once, completely changing his timing.
2-2 into foul territory. Peebles takes off the mask, but watches it drop into the soccer fields beyond the press box here at McKeon Park on the campus of St. John Paul II High School. Steps away from downtown Hyannis. Sun's starting to poke through. Seeing a little bit of blue skies. 2-2, swing and a miss. The fifth strikeout of the day for Grant Stevens. Going to the fastball, up by the eyes for the put-away pitch.
Every single out he's made has been via the K, which is not typically how Stevens gets his outs. He is more of a pitch-to-contact guy, a fly ball pitcher, but today he is working his spots well, and Kettleers putting together some nice at-bats too.
All right, Vincula Looks at the breaking ball at 74 for a strike. Talked about it in the pregame. Aaron Vincula first in the Cape Cod Baseball League, batting .417. And if you want to go over the last 5, batting .588. No, that's not a typo. .588 over the last 5. Runner goes over to third. Peebles with the throw down. It's going to be in safely for Davallon to move 90 feet away from home on his second stolen base.
Another incredible jump that time from Davallon. And, I mean, Ken Peebles again, Nico, showing off that pop time. That should not have been a play over there at third base, and he made it.
On 1 is fouled away over by the grandstands here at McKeon Park. And for these two teams, in Hyannis and Cotuit, it's who scores first. For Cotuit, they're 10-2 when scoring first. For Hyannis, 12-4 when scoring first. 1-2. Sent foul. Back up by the bushes.
And two things. So first you have Davallon playing little mind games. Stevens working out of the windup. He's working really hard, almost slipped in the mud. And Grant Stevens, this will be his 50th pitch. These Cotuit Kettleers will not go down without a fight.
1-2, fly ball into left field. Tate ranges over to make the grab. Davallon is left stranded at third. Grant Stevens bears down to get the next 3 out. Go to the bottom of the second right here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Cotuit and Hyannis.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Last week, Eric Snow impressed in his 6th week on Cape Cod, hitting .421 while driving in 5 earned runs, while on the other side of the ball, Aaron Savory dominated the mound, picking up 4 strikeouts in 5 innings pitched, didn't allow a run, only gave up 1 hit, and that's why there are Hitter and Pitcher of the Week presented by Rob B.R. Construction Company. Eddie Pelk in his first AB of the summer with the Harbor Hawks. Looks at a called strike. Pelk, the GCU Antelope, coming over as an outfielder for the Harbor Hawks. Pelk fouls one into the parking lot, 1-2. And for Pelk, this will be the first summer since 2021 playing summer ball. Been really tooling with him stuff and working out back with Grand Canyon. So 1-2 to Pelk is fouled away once more. He's really excited to come to McKeon Park and have the opportunity to play summer baseball and be a part of the back end of a season. 1-2's outside, 2-2.
And Pelk is a guy, the outfielder from Grand Canyon. He has a great eye. He fits perfectly into this Harbor Hawks lineup. 43 walks, only 29 strikeouts. Sees the ball really well, finds ways on, and doesn't strike out.
2-2, Pelk sends one right back up into center field, and Eddie Pelk gets his first hit of the summer. That's a single to lead things off in the bottom of the second.
Just an impressive swing from Pelk that time. That ball was on the inner third of the plate. He's able to go inside out, drive it up the middle on the left side of the second base bag, and still barrel it up, hit it 94 miles an hour off the bat.
That opens up the possibilities for Cannon Peebles. Pelk will go back in sliding. Hard is going to keep a close eye to him. Pelk had 6 stolen bases with Grand Canyon. First pitch to Peebles. It's downstairs at 90 miles an hour for a ball. Peebles lines one right into Nard. And it's a long throw. It's the out, but Nard is shaken up, taking it right off the thigh. Now Jesse West, Ryan DeMar, and Will Bowers, the umpiring crew, out to have a conversation with him.
I mean, that could not have gotten a bigger piece of him. That ball hit him on the backside and just dropped. Really helped him make the play. It would have been a single up the middle if it didn't hit him. But 98 off the bat from Cannon Peebles, so going to give Nard a chance to throw.
What a great job, though, by Nard on top of it. Gets hit with a hard ball and then stays with the play the entire time.
Ouch. 98 miles per hour right to the backside. And again, yeah, still able to make the play. Had a couple warm-up pitches there, and looks like he's all right and will easily be able to continue.
Now Mason White looks at a pitch downstairs, 1-0, and while Peebles got out, it allowed Eddie Pelk to move over to second base to place himself in scoring position. 1-0 is lined foul down by the Harbor Hawks bullpen. White, the Arizona Wildcat, Tucson, Arizona. 2 homers on the summer. 1-1's outside and called for a strike. 1-2.
Pelk working hard over there at second base. Has a very strong primary lead.
1-2. Back up the middle, out of the reach of Becerra. Eddie Pelk will move over to third. He'll be stopped by Mitch Carricker, and runners on the corners with 1 away.
Every single swing from Mason White seems to be getting better and better. Using his hands right there, driving that ball up the middle as you see here. And you can see it in the cage and in the turtle. He is just using his hands. He's very handsy in the cage, and he drives that one straight back up the middle. It's a beautiful swing there from Mason White.
Now Blake Cavell, Australian from Western Kentucky, looks at a strike at 91.
Good to see him back in the lineup. Hopefully that little bit of a break he had playing for the Bananas, he can get a little bit of a hot streak going.
Check swing, fouls it, and 0-2. Two from Nard. Cavell's able to send over to Naraki. Trying to come in was Pelk, and he is thrown out at home.
Yeah, just a really difficult read for Pelk that time. You see a high chopper, likely running on contact no matter what, and kind of just got caught looking at the play. Likely didn't have a shot anyways, as the throw was on the money and in plenty of time, but still have 2 runners on now for Josh Tate.
First pitch to Tate is a strike. And for Hyannis, they bet a point better with runners in scoring position with 2 outs than they do with runners just in scoring position. 268 with 2 outs, 267 with one or no outs. So Hyannis has been able to bear down, drive in runs with 2 outs and work some magic. Tate looks at a pitch outside, 2-1. 268 with runners in scoring position with 2 outs is first in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Two-one to Tate. Called for a strike. Outer part of the play.
And if you're Tate, your mindset has to be away. He's going to go fastballs away, and he likes to put that slider low and away as well. So it looked to have a handsy appearance.
2-2. Tate has a handsy appearance, trying to beat it down the line and is unable to. Harbor Hawks, we're looking to try and have Josh Tate have his 8th infield single of the summer. He comes up short. Both teams knocking on the door. Who's going to break through first? Maybe it'll be in the 3rd when we come back.
Machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They are ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Big game in front of us tonight between Cotuit and Hyannis in the Western Division. And Cotuit has a 2-game lead over Hyannis in that first spot in the division with 10 games left to go. Wareham only has a game up on Hyannis. It's really big. We've talked about it all summer long. If you are in either the first or the second spot, you're able to have home field advantage for the single game opening round of the Cape Cod Baseball League playoffs.
And you know what? Hyannis still controls their own destiny. Behind Cotuit by 2 games, behind Wareham by 1. They play each of them twice more this season, including this game here.
Pitch upstairs from Stevens. In on Thatch. It'll be Thatch, Jay, and Compton due up here in the 3rd. 1, 2, and 3. 1-0. It's called for a strike. 1-1. How does Stevens attack this potent Kettleers lineup a second time through, Nico?
You know, kind of do what you did in the first inning, in the second inning, and the 3rd inning, right? You attack them the same way. You showed your whole arsenal already, so keep mixing it up and maybe pitch backwards and understand how you may have attacked the guy the first time and change it up and give him a different look.
1-2. Breaking ball outside, 2-2.
But continue to attack the Cotuit Kettleers lineup. He's had a lot of success. Only 1 hit given up so far, so continue to attack the Kettleers.
2-2 is a fly ball into left center field. Pelk's over to make the catch for the first down.
Eddie Pelk very smooth out there in center field. All whack defense team this past season. And he tracked that ball down where, you know, certainly more of a routine fly ball, but he still had to cover quite a bit of ground.
And it was trailing, too. It started like it was going to go right into straight center and moved over to the left center field gap. Jay fouls off first pitch. He sees 0-1. Sun has finally poked through After an overcast day with rain in the morning, sun is shining in the Middle Cape. 0-1 is launched foul way beyond the foul pole and straighten it out. It'd be a no-doubter for Jay. He went looking for his 4th home run of the summer there. The 0-2 is an off-speed pitch that Grant Stevens is able to deposit on to get his 6th strikeout.
You know, I was just going to say that I think he's going to throw a changeup here. And there he goes. He goes with the changeup, gets the strikeout.
Yeah, what do you do when a guy turns around your fastball like that 180 miles per hour foul? What do you do there? You throw the changeup, you pull the string right in behind it.
Brandon Compton takes a fastball at 87 for a strike. Compton struck out swinging to Stevens in the first. 0-1 just missing off the plate on the lefty Compton. One. High fly ball into center field. Pelk all the way back, and it's off the wall. Pelk playing the bounce and going in standing to second is Brandon Compton. Let it go all of the distance, but just coming up short of the wall.
Such a good swing there, sending that one to dead center field, and already has 4 home runs on the summer. Missed the 5th just by a little hit in the deepest part of the ballpark over there at 379 to dead center.
99 miles an hour off the bat. Now Peebles to talk to Stevens. For Stevens, every starter has their own routine. Normally, the unwritten rule, stay away from the starter. For Grant Stevens, it's maybe the most loose pitcher you'll ever see starting, trying to strike up a conversation with anyone he can find in his path. Nothing pitch to Taylor is upstairs. 1-0.
There's always been the unwritten rule in baseball, never talk to the game day starter before their start. And while that's starting to go away a little bit, Grant Stevens.
1-0, sent deep into right field, and forget about it. The Cotuit Kettleers strike first with a 2-run shot from Devin Taylor. It's 2-0 Kettleers.
Yeah, Devin Taylor now with his 2nd home run here at McKeon Park in his past 2 games. That one 98 off the bat, 401 feet. He got every stitch of that baseball.
That slider played perfectly into Devin Taylor's bat path. Slider stayed, was a little bit away, but middle, and he got his barrel around that one, caught that one out front, and sent it 401 feet to right center.
Now Easton Winfield. Stevens sends the pitch off the plate, 1-0. Pitch outside, 2-0. The Winfield. He's swung through on the off-speed pitch, 2-1. Winfield struck out swinging to Stevens. Back in the first. 2-1, missing off the plate to move the count to 3-1. Devin Taylor getting his 5th homer of the summer. 3-1, sent a mile into the air. Eric Snow calls off Tate and Pelk, and Tate ends up calling off Snow for the 3rd out. But it's a 2-run shot from Devin Taylor. And the Kettleers open the scoring as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. But before we do that, we welcome in Josie Broyles, who's standing by with more.
McKeon Park is happy to celebrate today their own Veterans Day, and the Cape and Islands Veteran Outreach Center is here to help. The Outreach Center does a myriad of things to help veterans in need, such as food pantries, providing transportation, therapy centers, and so much more. In fact, they are currently preparing for their new event, Veterans Rock, where the band Club 9 Ball will be performing. I was able to talk to manager of the band, Art Devine, about how much the Cape and Island Veterans Outreach Center has really helped him when he was in need. As a former veteran himself, he was happy to share to me that his 3 sons, Macklin, Seamus, and Pato, are actually there to be members of the band and perform with him. They're happy to support their father when they were there to help him, and they're just happy to be here in Hyannis celebrating Veterans Day. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Josie Broyles. One of the cool opportunities every night here at McKeon Park, Veteran Appreciation Night. Veterans from around the Cape and Islands come out and are all able to be honored here, get the recognition they deserve. And it's got the vet truck behind us, along with a really cool past oil rig turned into a grill truck that's serving the guys after the game.
Thank you for letting me know what that was, because it is one of the coolest food trucks I've ever seen. It's a full kitchen pretty much that is turned into the back of a truck.
It is an impressive truck as Kepley fouls one up and out of play, 0-1, and serving the players on the Hyannis side, burgers and dogs after the game.
I might have to throw on a jersey and pretend to be a player.
Of course you would. Josh, the 0-1 is called for a strike. 0-2 to King Kepley, who had a walk back in the first. You're a big cookout guy.
Oh, big time.
You love a good hot dog or burger.
Absolutely. I mean, it just reminds you of summer. Obviously, it is summer. Oh, look at this timing.
0-2 is outside to King Kepley. 1-2, and our season of food continues. Karen Holier, our secretary, bringing us burgers from the said truck. Look at this.
I'll see you guys in a few innings.
Yep, wow. 1-2 inside has Kepley being brushed back. Wow, thank you. Just the season of food continues on here in the Hyannis Harbor Hawks booth. We talk about the ice cream cake that Eric Snower Bulls can win as Kepley is sent back into the dugout looking on the strikeout from Nord for his second of the evening. And then talk about the pies we've had throughout the Centerville Pie Eating Contest, and now burgers. Look at that. We're ready to go here today. Where was this last year? I'm wondering. Eric Snow looks at a pitch upstairs that he turns away from 1-0.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not going to complain. I'm happy with this. And what about the timing there?
Yeah.
Right as we were talking about it.
1-0. High chopper that trickles into center field. Eric Snow gets back on first for the second time today after he reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. Yeah, that was an unplanned coincidence.
Yeah, that was not planned at all.
Also, there might be something with Eric Snow and food. He got the home run. We got the ice cream at the same time. We get the cheeseburger, and he gets a single there. Well, Eric Snow also is just very hot at the plate, so coincidence may not be that Eric Snow is just on a hot streak, swinging the bat very well. But
hey, Nico, if you're saying that we need to be brought food more often, I think you might be onto something.
Might have to test the theory.
You know what? If we can keep finding food, I don't think any of the three of us would complain. 0-0 pitch is fouled away, and Dalton Bargo loses the bat and sending it into the netting.
Now let's see if my theory is accurate. So far, Dalton Bargo has thrown the bat 3 times now. The first 2 times, strikeout and a 3-pitch out on a slow chopper back to the pitcher. So My theory is that he loses his powers when he throws the bat, but I think he could prove me wrong here.
Josh Alytics at its finest point. Getting a little bit of pine tar. Let's try and keep on the bat. 0-1, Eric Snow goes. Throw down is in the dirt, bouncing in, and Snow's able to grab second.
Great jump from Eric Snow. We talk about him, and he gets his little bounce and his timing. Man, great jump there. Great throw. Long hop from the catcher, Grant J. Eric Snow just beating the tag. And so far, stolen bases haven't been on the catchers. Catchers having a very quick pop time and putting it on the money.
0-2, Dalton Bargo sends back into the parking lot.
And now when Dalton Bargo is at his best, from what we've seen, it's when he's going to the opposite field, when he's able to do that in addition to have power to the right side. So here in a spot where you got a runner in scoring position, you'd love to see him use that big gap on the left side.
Bargo swings through, and Nard gets his third strikeout. Now 2 away from Michael Detallo.
And you're going to have to look away when you're facing against Gabriel Nard. He pounds the fastball on that outer half, and when he's up 0-2, 1-2, he'll extend that outer half a couple inches and try to make you chase, and his fastball has a lot of arm side movement where he will get a lot of swing and miss.
Michael Detallo looks at a ball inside 1-0, and Detallo, third in the Cape Cod Baseball League with 7 doubles. And is hoping he finds 8 here to try and bring in Eric Snow and respond to the 2 runs off the Devin Taylor home run Cotuit put in a half inning ago. Detallo grounded out to end the first, back in the third. Grounder over to Noraki, fielding it off the short bounce and throwing across the diamond for the 5-3 putout. It's a 1-2-3-4 inning for Gabe Nard. We go to the 4th. Cotuit Kettleers up 2-0.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Welcome you back to McKeon Park, and it is trivia time here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, and let's get you the question. How many current or former MLB players played for both Cotuit and Hyannis? Good question, Dan Bottolino, our producer. Is it 3? Is it nobody? Is it 2? Or is it 5? We'll get you that question after the first batter here in the top of the 4th for the Cotuit Kettleers, but it'll be a new arm, Mason Martinez, the VCU Ram, to step onto the mound for Hyannis.
I honestly have no idea there. I don't even have an inkling. I'm going to have to see if I can rack my brain for who I can think of, but that was a great question.
And for Mason Martinez, he's a junior from VCU, 6'3", right-hander. Fastball slider guy. We've seen him come out of the bullpen once already. In his first appearance, absolutely dominated. Came in for an inning and 2/3 inning of work, 3 strikeouts, no hits, no walks. Came in and had no adjustment period in his Harbor Hawks debut.
Takes on Charles Davalon. That's 90-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs and away. (1-0) finds its way into the zone. 1-1.
Davalon already causing hectic on the base pass. Worked a single and 2 stolen bases already.
(1-1) is upstairs and side 2-1. Martinez started his summer with the Danville Dans in the Appalachian League. Pitched extremely well there. 10 innings pitched through 6 games. Had a 0.00 ERA. Only gave up 2 hits, striking out 11. Davalon fouls one high and by the bushes. 2-2. Davalon had a single in the second that got left stranded after 2 stolen bases at third. Pitch inside. 3-2.
Try to get Davalon in chase there. Back foot slider. Has so much movement. Late break. That one just low enough for Davalon. Have good pitch recognition. Leave that one downstairs.
(3-2). It's fouled away again, and this is what the Cotuit Kettleers have done so well, fouling off pitches and making the Hyannis pitching staff, Grant Stevens through the first 3, and now Martinez here in his first batter, work for every pitch. 3-2 in the dirt, and Martinez opens his outing with a walk. Charles Davalon.
And that's what got Grant Stevens out of the game. Grant Stevens had a lot of success, made a 1-pitch mistake. That was a 2-run home run, but that dealt really well. But in these outs, these Cotuit Kettleers are working late counts, 1-2, 2-2, 3-2 counts, and if they do end up with an outcome of the out, it made Grant Stevens throw so many pitches where it got him out of the ball game here in the 4th.
Pitch downstairs on Timo Becerra, 1-0. Timo Becerra struck out swinging. 1-0 shows bunt, pulls back. Peebles lose it for a quick sec, and Davalon's able to go over to second.
Becerra now in a spot where, Cotuit already has a 2-0 lead. A base hit could make that 3.
Bunt shown. Martinez has to come off the mound. And into the dirt. Blake Cavill's able to dig it out and get the out. Martinez showing off a little PFP.
And somehow Blake Cavill able to scoop that out of the ground and keep the foot on the bag. Timo Becerra did not think he did, but just really no way to see it on that play. It's so bang bang.
Perfectly placed bunt from Timo Becerra as well, especially with Martinez falling off towards the glove side towards first base, and you drop a bunt down third base line. That's a perfect executed bunt.
Sharp grounder that goes foul. Davalon's able to go over to third. Oh, 1 grounder. Bargo eats it, looks it, will throw over to first for the second out. Great job by Dalton Bargo.
It's a great job from Bargo. First off, chesting it up, keeping it in front of him, then looking back the runner and to look him back and then make a strong throw over to first base to beat Naraki. Keeps the game within 2.
Time call and disengagement there from Avancula. Pitch is outside, 1-0.
Well, Abby's not here, so I'll text her.
1-0 is fouled out, 1-1. High fly ball into left field. Bargo is called off by Snow, and it drops out of the reach of the trio, and Snow and Bargo in foul territory. 1-2, and Hyannis 1 strike away from keeping it at a 2-run lead for the Kettleers.
And all 3 guys made such a good attempt at Eric Snow, almost able to make a play at it, but that ball was just perfectly placed in foul territory where neither 3 could get it. And you've got good speed over there on the left side of the field.
Grounder over to White. Underhands it to Cavill, and crisis averted. Davalon made his way all the way to third and is left stranded there. The Harbor Hawks still find themselves down 2 heading into the bottom of the 4th.
State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Welcome you back here at McKeon Park. Let's see that trivia once more and see what the answer is. And the answer is 3. Nico Sharp called it. And big one there. It's Matt Mervis, Kirk Casilli, and John Axford are the 3 that played both for Cotuit and Hyannis.
Now, we might have a 4th in a, who knows how long. Might be a couple years, might be a few years, might be soon. Christian Becerra just got drafted. I believe it was in the 12th round.
That's the former Harbor Hawk from last year. Yeah, played this year at the beginning of summer with the Cotuit Kettleers before he heard his name called.
12th round by the Minnesota Twins.
1-1 here to Eddie Pelk.
Now, Eddie Pelk is a tremendous story. Started his career at UC San Diego as a left-handed pitcher. Ended up transferring to Santa Ana College, the same conference that Carson Bowles played in, Division II. He transitioned to an outfielder. Had success there at Santa Ana and was able to transfer then to Grand Canyon, where he has absolutely thrived.
2-2. Roller over to Naraki deep in the hole, and Pelk can't beat it out. Clean throw from the Clemson Tiger at the 5th position on the field for the first out.
Now it's sent Naraki down the line. Work the backhand there, working backwards, able to get his feet planted and make a strong throw to get the center fielder.
Now Cannon Peebles. Grounded out to Nard back in the 2nd.
Peebles hit a line drive right at Nard his first time up. Drilled him in the backside, 98 off the bat, but it was a really nice swing, and hopefully he can build off that here and just get a little less unlucky.
The 1-1. Peebles sends foul once more, up and out of play. Peebles looking for a little bit of a revenge game here. Started the summer with Cotuit, got released. Hyannis picked him up, needing some depth in the catcher position. 1-2 outside. Skipping before the batter's box, 2-2, and he is grinded since getting to Hyannis. First guy to the field consistently, getting in early work, working with Jackson West, the other catcher on the Harbor Hawks staff, with the jug machine, catching and framing pitches. He's hoping this hard work throughout summer pays off for him in the long term, to hear his name called. Really be catcher 1 for Rocky Top. 3-2, grounded foul into the Cotuit Kettleers bullpen.
Yeah, we've seen his hard work pay off already. You see 2 great throwdowns from him. Very quick feet, has a very strong arm, and very accurate. Puts on the right side of the base, on the money.
Three, 2, liner over to Avancula. And for the second out, it's a ground out here in the bottom of the 4th.
It's going to be Cannon Peebles' bat that splintered a little bit. It was the fastball right in on the hands, and People not able to get the barrel out front, just in on the handle. You can hear that bat break apart there a little bit. Soft ground at the second baseman at Vincula.
Now Mason White, who had a single back up the middle in the 2nd. Trying to create something here in the 4th. Pitch inside to Mason White, 1-0. Called for strike, 1-1 on White.
And that pitch has so much arm side run. That one's starting middle, and just sinking away and end up blown away.
Mason White lines one right to Thatch. He's able to scoop out of the dirt. And underhand throwing to Nard, who ranges over to cover first. Tanner Thatch showing why he's the all-star starting first baseman for the West Division. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Gabe Nard. We're going to the 5th. Cotuit Kettleers up 2-0.
and Cooling. We've been around for 38 years and counting and have served over 5,300 customers. We specialize in the installation and service of your HVAC systems. Our favorite part of the job is making sure our customer is 100% satisfied.
We've been using Bork Heating and Cooling for over 20 years now. They've installed our furnace, our central air conditioning, and our hot water heater. Their service department is great, and I'd highly recommend this company to anyone.
We hope to hear from you. Give us a call anytime. Go Harbor Hawks!
The lights at McKeon Park stay bright all season long thanks to the NAC Cape Cod. The NAC offers 2 convenient locations in Hyannis and Orleans, both offering delicious burgers, tacos, sandwiches, and more. Visit NACCapeCod.com to order online today. The NAC Cape Cod is proud to be the light of the park sponsor of the Harbor Hawks all season long. Thank you so much for joining us on your Tuesday evening. Alongside Nico Sharp, Josh Schreiber, I'm merely Jacob Irons, along with Matt Coates and Josie Broyles.
Merely Jacob Irons, the All-Star.
Oh,
We'd like to add congratulations, Jacob Irons.
Oh, thank you, guys.
On the
Very
All-Star
kind of
selection. Can't think of someone more deserving. Congratulations
Thank you.
again.
Thank you. Very kind of you guys. I'm only an All-Star because I get to sit next to you two all the time and talk baseball, so I appreciate both you as long as with our entire production staff. Really excited to bring you the Milton Cat All-Star Game on Cape League TV.
Thank you for saying that, Irons. I will take all the credit. So thank you. I really appreciate that. Happy to set you up for success.
Can't even get it out of his mouth. Mason Martinez throws a pitch outside to Tanner Thatch, 1-1. Here in this 5th inning, Hyannis trying to once again keep it at a 2-run lead for the Kettleers and get back into the dugout. 1-1, roped into the right field corner. Kepley crashes in on it. Going over to second from the throw from Kepley has Thatch going in sliding for the double.
A really nice job by Kepley to play that off the wall, make a strong throw all the way from the right field line and have a chance at Thatch, but the ball just hit a bit too hard, and Thatch has a double.
Yeah, perfectly swing the breaking ball down in the zone, and he went down and got it, sending down the right field line. It's a good swing from the left-hander, and Cotuit trying to extend the lead here. Bloop and blast away are the Harbor Hawks with a 2-run deficit.
Now Grant J struck out both times, but it was to Grant Stevens, first time facing Martinez. It's a pitch downstairs, 1-0. Martinez working with traffic like he did in his first half inning of work. 1-0 downstairs at 90, 2-0.
Mason Martinez was very impressive this past year at VCU. Had that ERA under 3 in a very offensive-focused conference in the Atlantic 10.
But what was it? Every conference you felt in college baseball had so much power and so much offense being put up. 2-0 in the dirt. Peebles keeps it in front of him. He's going to eat on the throw. Thatch is able to get over to third with nobody away.
I mean, at this point, at the college level, hitters are so good and so strong that when they have middle bats, there is so much more room for error where if you don't barrel the ball up, you can still hit it 90 miles an hour off the bat and find some grass where, you know, at this level, the wooden bat league, that's just not really possible.
Jay earns himself a walk. Put runners on the corners to bring up Brandon Compton. If you look at the SEC and the ACC, 2 of the forward-leading conferences, and they were still having these huge run surges. One of the biggest ones that stands was an 8-run half inning for the Clemson Tigers when they were in South Bend. those became a little bit more of the norm with just, like you said, Josh, how good these batters are becoming. First pitch to Compton is low, 1-0.
Yeah, these hitters continue to get better and better at all levels. And we're seeing that here, and where it's a mid-major or a Power 5 school guys. I mean, these guys can absolutely swing it, even making the transition to wood bat, making it look easy.
1-0 is a healthy swing and miss. 90 miles an hour. Compton had a double in the third. He came around to score off the home run from Devin Taylor. Liner right back into the netting. That was the closest one all year, and normally I'm pretty good. That one got me for a flinch, and yeah, Nico Sharp saw it. I was really hoping I played it off. The 1-2 from Martinez. Skips in the dirt away from Peebles, keeping it in front of him. But moving over to second is Jay.
That's really big there now, avoiding the double play. Yeah, runs 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out, and it's going to bring the infield in.
Field in. Brandon Compton in the 2-2. Pitch. Sent a mile into the sky. Dalton Bargo gave it a look, but finds its way by the patrons on the berm.
One of the more packed crowds we've seen this year. Battle of Barnstable. A lot of Cotuit fans here as well. But a whole lot of Hyannis supporters here for one of the bigger games we've had this season.
2-2 is outside, 3-2. It was the Battle of Barnstable. Both fan bases always traveling well. Only a 10-minute drive between the two parks. One of the shortest on Cape. Payoff pitch is sent into right field, and goodbye. A no-doubter from Brandon Compton, and it's now 5-0 Cotuit.
And that one was an absolute no-doubter, just as we saw earlier from Devin Taylor. Nobody for the Harbor Hawks moved defensively. That one was 101 miles per hour out the bat, 388 feet down over the right field scoreboard.
Compton squared that pitch up.
Throw a fastball middle to a guy like Brandon Compton, and he's going to make you pay. The second ball he's hit at least 99 miles an hour off the bat today. First one a double, this one a long ball.
Pitch upstairs to Taylor, 1-0, and with the home run, wipes the bases clear for fresh half inning here is Martinez and Hyannis looking for 3 outs. Foul tipper that gets off of Cannon Peebles, and he'll walk it off. Jesse West, the home plate umpire, will give him the courtesy.
Got 2 arms going for the Harbor Hawks. You saw Drake Meeks and Carbone throwing to each other, but it's going to be the southpaw Dominic Carbone who takes over and will be the lone bullpen arm for the Harbor Hawks.
And now Devin Taylor in his 2 games at McKeon Park. 5 for 6 with 2 home runs and a double.
1-1. It's called for a strike on the outer part of the plate, 1-2. One-two pitch, skipped in the dirt. Over by the Cotuit Kettleers broadcasters. 2-2, and for Taylor, found a second home at McKeon Park. 2 hard ground ball. White comes up to throw over for the first down.
Just the first out of the inning for the Harbor Hawks, and Harbor Hawks pitching staff giving up 2 crooked numbers so far, a 5-0 ball game. But before coming to this game, the past 3 matchups they had, 26 out of the 27 innings for the Harbor Hawks were shutout innings from this pitching staff. 26 scoreless innings out of 27.
Pitch missing 1-0. And pitching staff that has been very strong. Tapped foul once more by the Cotuit Kettleers broadcasters. Got to give it up. Those burgers hit the spot.
I'm grabbing my second one.
Oh, boy. If we lose Josh Schreiber for a half inning.
No.
Everyone knows why.
Only in the half. Only in between innings. I eat quickly.
I wish. 1-1. It's outside off the plate.
You really don't.
Are you going to eat the whole thing?
I'm going to eat the whole thing.
2-1 pitch from Martinez is flown into left field. Tate's over to it and makes the grab up for the second out.
And after allowing the first 3 on, that 3-1 home run, great job from Martinez. Really go back after these hitters and get a quick 2 outs, and Mitch Carrick will make his way to the mound.
It's been the Mitch Carricker way. Going to the pitching change with 2 outs. It's Dominic Carbone already making the move in as Carricker takes the ball. We'll tell you about the Coastal Carolina Chanticleer when we come back.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Cape Cod, we're Bork Heating and Cooling. We've serviced over 5,300 customers on and around Cape Cod for almost 40 years. We install and service your heating and cooling system, and our #1 goal is to ensure we do the best job we possibly can to make our customers happy.
You have the triple cheerleading squad for Bork sitting here. They repaired our heating system, took care of our air conditioning system, and they set something up with the remote system that they installed for us as well. Yay, yay, yay for Bork. We love them.
Give us a call when you're in need of HVAC services. Hope you enjoy the game.
New arm for the Harbor Hawks is going to be the southpaw, Dominic Carbone. This will be his 7th outing for the Harbor Hawks. 7 2/3 innings pitched. 7 strikeouts, 6 walks. 8.22 ERA currently from the southpaw. Sinker, slider, changeup guy, and when he keeps all 3 of those pitches down in the zone, he has found a lot of success, and we saw that in his last appearance. 8 up a couple innings for the Harbor Hawks in his last appearance. That sinker, slider, and changeup were all working for him. He could place it wherever he wanted to. Everything at that lower part of the zone.
And that ERA over 8 is not telling of how he has pitched as of late. He has looked so much sharper in his last appearances, cutting that ERA down from, I believe it was as high as 23 at one point, to now, down to 8, and a chance here, if he's able to have a good outing, to cut that even more.
And that really speaks to the pitching coaches of Ray Korn and Tanner Cunha, how they work with their pitching staff on a daily basis. And Carbone's able to get a first pitch strike to Charles Davelin.
And Carbone in his last 3 outings, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 0 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and just 1 walk.
A stripe that goes foul. Mike Roberts leaning away from it.
Yeah, this guy who's been getting better every single outing. Love the stuff that you've been seeing from the southpaw if you're a Harbor Hawks fan.
0-2, swing and a miss upstairs, and Dominic Carbone only needs 3 pitches to do the job. But it is a home run from Brandon Compton, moving the Cotuit Kettleers to 5. And with that, we say good evening and welcome in Matt Coates for the first time. Evening, Matt.
Thanks, Jacob. Guys, I've said it a lot during the earlier part of the season, but now I can say it with confidence. Every game matters from here on out. With 10 games left in the Cape Cod Baseball League season, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks sit 2 games back of first place in the Western Division. Currently sitting atop the West, the Cotuit Kettleers were playing here tonight. I caught up with manager Mitch Carragher before the game to ask him, does the approach change at all with such little time remaining in the season? He said the approach is basically the same, but he did have a message for the team heading in. He let them know, with 10 games left, we're 2 games back of the top seed. Let's go get it, guys. If they can get a comeback here in today's victory, that would bring them a lot closer, get them knocking on the door in the top of the West. And hopefully, they can keep that momentum going over the rest of the regular season. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Matt Coates. The game that Hyannis has to be looking towards is the Wareham-Orleans game. And it's an 8-1 Gateman lead in the top of the 5th over Espelane Field across the bridge in Wareham. And big game there, along with a big game here in front of it. And for Hyannis, want to try and stay within striking distance. And with how the schedule's made up, it allows for a lot of these Western Division matchups to occur in the last week of the season when they matter so much. One like we got here tonight with the Kettleers up 5-0 through one half of the game, and it's a new arm for the Kettleers to kick off the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be the right-hander. They're also going to go with the Coastal Carolina arm, junior Colin McKay. So far, he's got a fastball, curveball. From what we've seen from him this summer, very straight leg lift, over the top delivery. For Colin McKay, had a couple good appearances out of the bullpen, 7.71 ERA, but only 2 1/3 innings pitched, so a small sample size for him. And he comes in with a little bit of a lead, 5-0 ball game.
Yeah, and he was a Kettleer last season as well. A 2.53 ERA, 10 2/3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and 7 walks. So needs to work on that control a little bit, but he is going to Coastal Carolina, will be Dominic Carbone's teammate next season, but the past 2 years he's spent in the ACC for the Virginia Cavaliers, they are, right? I don't know why I'm blanking on that one, but I got to be better.
Hey,
that was a layup.
You did. You got the layup. You may have stumbled going to the basket, but you got there. Still made it.
It was an and one because I tripped myself.
Blake Cavill looks at a pitch in for a strike. It'll be Cavill, Tate, and Kempley due up here in this home half of the 5th. Hyannis trying to break through, get their first runs of the ball game. 0-1. Cavill sends foul. 0-2.
Down by 5 runs in the middle part of this ball game. Going to be so important to chip away at this lead. Don't need to score all 5 runs here in the next 3 outs. It's going to be chipping away, finding momentum in your offense.
However, if they do want to do that, we'll take that.
0-2 to Cavill. Sends a rope over to Thatch, who's going to take it himself for the first out. Tanner Thatch has been tested with hard ground ball after hard ground ball. That one 97 miles an hour off the bat of Cavill, and Thatch continuing to answer the call.
And if you're the Harbor Hawks, okay, you tested Tanner Thatch. now go test somebody else. He has just been a great glove over there. It's another ball hit over 95 miles per hour. That one at 97, and Tanner Thatch has the reaction time. So if you're the Harbor Hawks, try to go find someone else.
And they've hit the ball really hard all game long. Unfortunately, it's just been into the ground, and that's going to happen with this team. They are a team designed to be a line drive hitting team. A lot of ground balls through the infield as well. So you're going to have those games where sometimes you just find you hit the ball hard just right at an infielder.
Tate looks at a strike going up against McKay. Tate grounded out over Avincula in the second. 2-1. Tate sends into foul territory. Avincula, Winfield, and Thatch all converging, and it drops a foot out of the reach of Winfield. Tate keeps life in the box.
And as an outfielder, it is an abnormally large foul territory on both sides of the outfield where the fence just juts out because you got to have room for the bullpen. So you're trying to navigate when you're going to hit the fence, when you're going to hit the bullpen. Don't want to run on top of that mound and get injured. So very difficult to play the foul territory in the outfield.
Two is called for a strike on the outer part of the plate, and Tate is down looking for the second out and first strikeout for Cullen McKay.
And just like Gabriel Nard was doing, he is pecking away at that outer corner, and he has continued to be there in the first 2 outs that he has seen. Everything staying away to these right-handed hitters, and that one just catching the outside corner.
Kane Kempley looks at a strike. For this Cotuit Kettleers team, has been playing really good baseball in the month of July. 10-6-1 in the 7th month of the year, and then in their last 10, 7-2-1 as Kempley swings and misses behind 0-2. And for Mike Roberts' squad, gotten better as the season goes on, and it's exactly what you want to have happen here in summer baseball. Everyone trying to get to the playoffs. The top 4 teams in each division make it. Kepley fouls one away to keep his at-bat alive.
If you're Hyannis, you need Kepley to start clicking because at that top of the order, it's so valuable when he's on base because of what he can do with his legs.
0-2 is inside. Grant J along with Cullen McKay thought that was a strikeout pitch. Kepley, 15 stolen bases, the team leader. Shows you why he's in the leadoff spot for Hyannis. 1-2 is blooped over the press box and behind probably by the grill truck.
And we talked about this before. Another thing that makes him so great is his ability to work late counts. You're seeing it here. Very high contact rate, 89% contact rate, and his ability to hit and make contact with pitches in the zone at 91%. Very handsy hitter. He chokes up on the bat here with 2 strikes.
One-two, Kepley skies to the left side of the infield. Becerra comes over to make the grab for the 3rd out. Harbor Hawks go down in order through 5. It's 5-0 Cotuit here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
I think, Dean, they're allowing you to find your own success and your own true independence.
Dean is a whole group of all different kinds of people and communities.
Since I've come to Dean, I've learned a lot of time management skills.
Our community is especially tight-knit, and the majority of our students live on campus. And you are guaranteed 4 years of housing while you attend Dean.
Dean is just full of opportunities for you to embrace, to welcome, so you can change yourself to who you want to be and form your career for the future.
So go through that, all right? Think that way.
Be a bulldog. Have a bulldog mentality in everything you do in life, whether you're playing sports or in the classroom or just socializing around campus.
Hey Hawks fans, if you live on Cape Cod or know someone who does, tell them to host a Hawk. The Harbor Hawks are in need of host families as the 2024 season continues, and we need your help. Email us today at harborhawks@gmail.com to join our family. Dominic Carbone comes out for his first full inning of work to take on very strong Cotuit Kettleers lineup that leads 5-0. It's Timo Becerra, Nolan Naraki, and Jaron Vincula to lead off this 5th inning. Becerra 0 for 2. This pitch is outside. 2-0. Becerra struck out and grounded out in the 2nd and in the 4th. Grounder over to Snow, ranging close to the second base bag, and completes the throw to Cabell for the first out here at the top of the 6th. For Eric Snow, who just has played some great baseball on both sides of the ball as of late. You look at his numbers coming in. We talked about him the beginning of the broadcast. 421 over his last 5 games, and so far today is 1 for 1 with a fielder's choice, and he's done a really good job both defensively as well as offensively for Hyannis. Pitch outside, 1-0, and credits it for just enjoying the game of baseball and letting the game come to him and not overthinking it. Grounder that goes foul, 1-1.
And just Snow's second start at shortstop this season. Played the majority of his collegiate games this past year at shortstop for South Florida, and with the logjam that Hyannis had in the middle infield, he just kind of never had the opportunity to play short. So maybe as the year continues to go on, we start to see him become a regular over there.
1-1 is outside, 2-1, and Matt Coates, a Division III lacrosse player, our sideline reporter, brought up a great point that I never would have thought of. Snow stayed calm, cool, and collected as he watched so many of his other teammates jump him in the line to play in that middle infield. He was always poised and understood his moment would come, and it is shining right now for him and playing some of the best baseball I've seen him play between last year and into this year.
That's why he was the player of the week, as well as getting the all-star selection. And a guy who's been doing it so well on both sides of the field.
3-1. It's poked into center field. Pelk comes in, but White is closer to it to make the grab in shallow center field for the second out.
Easy play there for the Arizona Wildcat. Doesn't have to range back very far. Get the easy out as Avincula comes up now with 2 outs. And if you're going to start a 2-out rally, this is the guy to do it with. The 9-hitter, bring up the top of the order.
And he gets plunked straight into the helmet, and he is down to a knee. And he will go running over to first base. Now athletic training staff will check in on Advincula.
Scary moment there as you saw that fastball get away arm side from Carbone, but really good to see Advincula get up and immediately smile at the catcher, Cannon Peebles, and make the jog over there and still smiling, talking to Cavill, and trying to walk away, and Advincula looks to be all right.
And luckily it looked like the ball did not get him square, kind of just grazed the helmet as it went by. So it's kind of a scary moment, but hopefully he is totally fine.
Turns over the lineup to the top with Tanner Thatch, who sends a shot into right field. Kepley ranges over to make the grab. It's a 1-2-3-4 inning for the Harbor Hawks and Dominic Carbone. And with that, we send it to Josie Broyles.
With playoffs rapidly approaching, the team has gotten a lot of new additions. A few include Joseph Stieber from UT Arlington, Braxton Pearson from Angelo State, and Eddie Saldivar from Fresno State University. Highlights include Stieber with a 3.71 ERA, and Saldivar playing in every single game in his past college career. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Josie. Going to the bottom of the sixth. Talk about it. Part of this back half of the season is players getting added and dropped with pitch inning limits, primarily in the bullpen. And some guys, positional player-wise, got to go to their school, get ready for the upcoming semester. And if they're transferring on top of it, got to go to the school, get your housing all set up, find that lease, and take on that little extra burden that they are still student athletes at the end of the day. They don't have necessarily the right of way on everything that a student athlete doesn't do. So still have to get your ducks all in a row when you go to a new school that you have to, like you're a regular student.
Yeah, so many different things come into frame. Yeah, you talk about transferring, you just talk about hitting pitch limits, and then some position players, sometimes you just play a lot of games in the spring, you play a lot in the summer, and your coach is like, hey, you're swinging the bat well, time for you to come on back and come relax for a little bit, and so it's gonna be an interchange all summer long. And with the finalized date just behind us, teams are gonna start settling in to the teams that they're gonna go through for the rest of the summer and all playoffs.
Eric Snow now steps in to try and spark a rally here in the bottom of the sixth. It'll be Snow, Bargo, and Datalo, the meat of the Harbor Hawks order. For Hyannis, they've been really solid here at McCann Park. 13-2 so far this summer in the confines here in Hyannis. Snow pops one up into foul territory. McKay off the mound and watches it land on the skybox deck.
Talk about how well the Harbor Hawks have played at home, 13-2. Cotuit Kettleers not afraid to get on the bus and make traveling to other ballparks sit at 10-4 right now on the road.
And for Cotuit, they're batting .266 on the road, first in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Snow sends a pop-up to the right side. Thatch is close to the chalk to make the grab for the first out here in the sixth. Well,
looked like a miscommunication there. The bat boy from Cotuit took one of the Hyannis bats.
Now Dalton Bargo. Take a look at McKay. Swings through at the 82-mile-an-hour pitch. Bargo 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts so far in the evening. 0-1. Fouled back. The 90-mile-an-hour pitch 0-2. And For Dalton Bargo, who's a swing away. For him, has one home run, and saw it on maybe the best social media video we've put out with the mic up of Sean Riley, the hitting coach. Hyannis Harbor Hawks, the 0-2 to Bargo. It's called for strike. Bargo sent back to the dugout.
And Colin McKay knew it right away. Had a little pep in his step right there. A perfectly placed backdoor slider. That one having so much movement, working back into the strike zone. Bargo and McKay knew it immediately as they crossed the plate.
Now Michael Italo trying to create some action with 2 outs. Pitch upstairs and away. 1-0.
You guys, looking back, you mentioned the Sean Riley mic'd up video. I think we got to have like a 3-hour uncut version of that throughout the whole game. Maybe you'd have to bleep some parts out.
Talo skies one into right field. Winfield making the grab in fair territory for the 3rd out. Harbor Hawks go down 1-2-3 as we go to the 7th, back third of the game coming up with the Kettleers leading 5-0 when we return.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Hey Hawks fans, if you live on Cape Cod or know someone who does, tell them to host a Hawk. The Harbor Hawks are in need of host families as the 2024 season continues, and we need your help. Email us today at harborhawks@gmail.com to join our family. And there's Willie, a friend of the broadcast. Josh, you got to catch up with Willie.
Oh, I did. I caught up with Willie earlier. He really wanted the pretzels I was eating, but I couldn't give them to him. But Willie has been a Harbor Hawks fan now for 3 seasons. He's been here longer than we have. And a rescue dog was found in New Orleans after Hurricane Laura. Brought him to Hyannis, and now he's one of the biggest Harbor Hawks fans there is. Here every single game. And we certainly love to put him on our broadcast. So that's Willie's story.
Maybe the greatest story you've ever told, Josh.
Thank you.
Willie and Hyannis looking to try get out of this half inning, get to stretch time with only a 5-run lead for Cotuit. But it will be Jay, Compton, and Taylor trying to insert their names into the conversation to lengthen the Cotuit lead. Foul back into the glove of Peebles. 1-1. Did we find out what kind of dog Willie is?
Did not.
Okay.
Did not. He's a rescue, so that.
Yeah,
he's certainly not just one breed. He's a mix of many.
1-1's upstairs, 2-1, and gotta give it maybe the calmest dog I've ever seen.
Yeah. He just lies there on his towel all game long.
Yeah, he just sits there and keeps his scorebook, keeps himself. Very calm dog that loves baseball.
2-1, fouled out of play, 2-2.
He's not an old dog either.
No.
His vet thinks he's 6 years old. Normally, see him running all over the ballpark, not him.
Look at that.
Cannot be interrupted.
Calm, cool, and collected. 2-2 from Carbone to Jay. Outside. Full count. Now for Dominic Carbone. Coastal Carolina product. Coming in, trying to keep Hyannis within 5. Payoff pitch is outside, and Jay gets his second walk of the evening.
And from Carbone, try to backdoor that slider there, and it seems to be his go-to. We've seen a couple times where it's been 3-2, and he loves to show that backdoor slider in late. That one just staying a little too far arm side, not quite able to pull the shoulder and pull that glove side enough to get into the strike zone. I like the idea from Carbone. It's had a lot of success for him when he pitches backwards.
Carbone gets a called strike against Compton. It's 2 for 3 with a home run and a double. Back in the 30s, came around to score both times he's got on the base pass. 0-1, grounder to Bargo. Gonna go to White at second, trying to look for 2, and does. So Harbor Hawks' 26th double play of the summer to clear the bases.
And a beautiful turn that time by Mason White over at second base. Knew he didn't have a lot of time, so he stepped into that throw and let it eat.
Now Devin Taylor. Carbone's 93-mile-an-hour fastball is called for a strike. Taylor's 1 for 2 with a home run and a walk. Home run that started the scoring tonight's contest.
That fastball just missing away. Carbone attacking fastballs away to Taylor. We've seen what happens if you leave a breaking ball middle in to this left-hander.
1-1 downstairs. 2-1. Taylor is past spring with Indiana. ABCA Rawlings, third-team All-American, and showed why he earned the prestigious honor so far in the 2 games Hyannis has played against the Kettleers. Fouls away the second pitch to knot the count at 2 apiece. Two is downstairs to load the count full. Dominic Carbone trying to get an unconventional 1-2-3 inning after the double play. Payoff pitch, grounder over to White, collects it and fires on to Cavill at first. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Dominic Carbone, who continues to deal. It's stretch time here at McKeon Park. Harbor Hawks coming up in the bottom of the 7th when we return.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Welcome back. The All-Star, Michael Ebner, starting to get warm in the bullpen. He'll be at the Milton Cat All-Star game on Saturday. Catch that one on Cape League TV as well as on a tape delay on the New England Sports Network. But Cullen McKay still remains on the mound for the Kettleers, and he's done a great job coming in relief of Gabe Nard, who is good, and then add on top of it just two really good pitchers for the Kettleers to keep the Harbor Hawks away.
And the Harbor Hawks been doing a great job at swinging the bats, making hard contact, but so far haven't been able to string a couple hits together. Have been quiet in the past couple innings. 3 hits on the game. Been a little quiet these past couple innings. Now running out of outs. Got to see if they can start chipping away at this 5-run deficit.
Now Eddie Pelk, who had the first hit of the ball game for Hyannis with a single up the middle, steps in to take on McKay. For Hyannis, as it trickles in to the back third of the game for them offensively, something's got to happen here. 1-0. Pelk holds on it for a pitch outside, 2-0.
Eddie Pelk, a guy that really works the opposite field so well. Has a lot of power that way.
2-0 into the zone, 4 strike, 2-1.
But he's certainly capable of turning on the baseball as well. Just 5 home runs this past season at Grand Canyon, but a lot of that is just the approach he takes.
2-1. Outside 3-1.
And Pelk just gives you the vibe that, you know, he's going to get picked up in the draft by a team and have a chance to really turn into something special because of how hard he hits the ball and his eye for the zone as well. So he may not hit for power right now, but with time you develop that ability while still keeping the contact.
So they even need to make contact there as the payoff pitch is inside for a ball. And with it being the bottom of the 7th, it's time to look around the league. With some big games going on. One is final. It is 3-3 in the top of the 10th between Brewster and YD. And at the top of the 6th, it's Wareham taking care of business against Orleans 10-2. Top of the 5th, Harwich down to Bourne 4-2. Falmouth on top right now over the Chatham Anglers 3-2 on that 7 o'clock start.
A lot of close games around the league.
Dalton Bargo sends one deep into center field. And Davalin is there to make the grab for the first out.
It's another example for the Harbor Hawks offensively, squaring the baseball up and just right to Davalin, the center fielder. Great swing from the left-hander, Cannon Peebles. Just can't seem to find grass.
Pitch gets away from Jay. Moving over to second is Pelk. Mason White had a hit back in the second, looking. Try and find a hit here. (1-0) is upstairs. 2-0 on White, second baseman. Batting .151 so far on the summer with an OPS of .572. Swings there is just, it's been unlucky. Has been able to find grass. 2-0. Upstairs now 3-0, and he's in a hitter's count.
Right now, if you're Hyannis, still time left in this game, but trailing by 5. The time is now to attack. You got a runner in scoring position, Mason White, with plenty of power on deck or at the plate right now. If he can work his way on, you've got a chance to really make this game much closer in the 7th.
Give me over strength there on the 3-0 to White. Still remains in a hitter's count. Okay, deals. Pitch outside. And Mason White earns himself a walk. Now 2 on for Hyannis to bring up Blake Cavill.
And here's Cavill's chance to get things going. Does he put the bunt down with 1 away? Not so sure, as Cavill will walk back towards the dugout as Roberts makes the trek to the bump.
Mike Roberts will have a conversation with his defense on the mound. Runners at first and second. Runner at second is Eddie Pelk, playing his first game with the Harbor Hawks. And after the brief convo, Mike Roberts will make a call to the Western All-Star. Tell you about Michael Ebner when we come back.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Michael Ebner takes over on the mound. Southern California product.
And he's been a guy who's gotten some save opportunities. Leading the team in saves was Cam Schulke. Now after his departure, Ebner having a save of his own and has come in the later part of the ball games for the Kettleers. 3-0 record, 18 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 18 innings pitched for the Kettleers. A 2-flat ERA, and he's looking to come down and shut the door with the Harbor Hawks having 2 men on.
An Ebner fastball, slider, changeup, curveball. That's his pitch arsenal that he'll be using to try to get out the Harbor Hawks and keep this game out of reach.
He's got 2 fastballs that he works off of. He's got a 2-seam fastball that he likes to run arm side, as well as a true 4-seamer more towards his glove side.
Now Blake Cavill with Hyannis knocking on the door, trying to break through. And Cavill is plunked. And now bases loaded for Josh Tate.
Hey, that'll work. First pitch, all he's got to do is stand there, wear it, and you got the bases loaded for Josh Tate.
With 1 away, it opens up the opportunity for a sacrifice fly, too. Just have to get the ball into play. Corners will come into play on the grass for the Kettleers. Tate looks at a strike from Ebner.
Tanner Thatch playing way off the bag at first, so Cavill can get a very large lead if he chooses to.
0-1 is away, 1-1, and most runners Hyannis has had on at one time so far in this game. 1-1 outside, 2-1, and it's 2 walks and a hit by pitch. That has the bases loaded for Josh Tate, the Georgia Southern Eagle. 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a ground out to Vincula at second. 2-1, big swing and a miss at the 90-mile-an-hour fastball outside on the righty.
It's a great pitch there by Ebner, still working corners. Big hitters count for Josh Tate, who's been swinging the bat well. Blows a fastball right behind him at 91 miles per hour.
2-2 is off the plate to load the count full. A gutsy take from Josh Tate with it flirting with the strike zone. Crowd starting to get into it in the Battle of Barnstable. The payoff pitch. Tate fouls off to keep himself alive.
If you're Tate here, force him to throw the ball into the zone. That is where he is going to be successful. Don't chase. If you have to, you work a walk and bring home a run.
3-2, Tate is able to get his bat out to protect himself and continue the AB.
You just want to be a dirtbag in the box. As a pitcher, it's so frustrating when it's 3-2, bases loaded, and you keep making pitches right on the corners like Ebner has, and Josh Tate fouls off 2 tough ones.
Payoff pitch once more. Liner off the leg of Ebner, trickling over to third with Naraki. Hyannis brings in Pelk, and everybody's safe. It's 5-1.
A really nice reaction from the crowd here, who is starting to stir. As you see Josh Tate here, gets that pitch middle, goes right back up the middle, and drills Ebner. Kind of ricochets enough where he's able to reach safely, and it's an RBI single for the 9-hitter.
That's going to be Josh Tate's 8th infield single on the summer. His speed shows off there. That one, a hard hit off the pitcher, Ebner. But Josh Tate's speed able to dig out these infield singles.
Pitch runs really close to Kane Kepley there. So he's brushed away from the plate.
Now would be a nice time to end that 2-for-21 slide that Kane Kepley is in right now.
1-0 is called for a strike on the breaking ball at 79. Has a walk so far this evening. That occurred in the first. Strikeout looking and a pop-up to Becerra at short. As Kepley is able to send one into the gap. Ranging over is Davalon. He's not there. Coming in to score is White. Everybody's safe once more. It's now 5-2.
And a fantastic read by Blake Cavill coming off of second base. Unfortunately, he did have to hold up. But Kane Kepley, sometimes you just get a little lucky and you find grass. A blooper, into shallow left center field, gets the job done, and now you are one swing of a bat from taking the lead.
And who else but Eric Snow? A hop out we've been discussing in length tonight. For Hyannis, first runs of the day coming here in this 7th inning. Hyannis within 3 with bases loaded. Hyannis trying to do some more damage. First pitch to Snow. It's called for a strike.
Eric Snow hitting .360 on the year, has 15 RBIs, and has the bases loaded here, has an opportunity to add to that total.
0-1 to Snow, who's outside and away. 1-1.
Snow has worked 2 walks today. Something that, he hasn't been a walk drawer this season.
Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Excuse me, not 2 walks today, but 1 for 3 today, has reached base. So a big spot for him.
One-two to Snow is fouled back into the netting, right behind home plate. The 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Middle pitch that Eric Snow wants back. One-two to Snow. Breaking ball that he sends foul into the bushes.
Eric Snow showing a little bit of frustration, just missed that one. 83-mile-per-hour breaking ball, staying up in the zone. Eric Snow just missing that one.
1-2 to Snow. Is rung up looking. Pitch called for a strike. And Eric Snow can't believe it.
Perfectly executed pitch there by Ebner. Curveball just catching the lower third. Right on the outside corner as well. Perfect place, righty breaking ball. Eric Snow not able to pull the trigger. And Ebner gets a big out here with bases loaded.
So another big at-bat for Dalton Bargo now, who we know has pop, has a clutch hit in this walk-off single earlier in the year. Not a walk-off situation here, but you'd like to, when you have the opportunity, you have the bases loaded. A base hit can bring this game to 1 run.
Bargo sends one out of play. He's behind 0-2. He's behind once more. It's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Trying to come in a big spot. Bases loaded. Hyannis looking for 3 to try and tie it back up with the Kettleers. 0-2, swing and a miss. Michael Ebner bears down and strikes out Dalton Bargo. Hyannis is able to get 2 across, though. It's a 3-run game with Cotuit in the driver's seat.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so seeing all the behind-the-scenes has really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
Walking it back here to McKeon Park. Hyannis was able to scratch 2 across the bottom of the 7th, getting them within 1 swing here at McKeon Park on this Tuesday night alongside Josh Schreiber, Nico Sharp. I'm Jacob Irons here in this battle of Barnstable. It's Drake Meeks who comes in relief of Dominic Carbone. Try and get the Harbor Hawks back into the dugout.
The Harbor Hawks are going to go to the velo guy. Out of the bullpen to meet Drake Meeks out of Southern Miss. Fastball slider guy in upper 90s fastball. Seen him a couple times this season. This will be the 4th appearance for him. And in 3 appearances, had 4 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. Only 2 hits. The only question for him has been a little bit of command here early in the summer. But when he has command of his fastball and slider, and he's able to put that fastball wherever he wants, he's been pretty unhittable this summer.
First pitch to Winfield is fouled back. It's Winfield, Davalon, and Becerra. 98-mile-an-hour fastball out of the hands of Meeks.
And that's his first pitch. First pitch, you come into the ball game and you throw 98 miles per hour. You can tell he's already letting it eat in the first part of his outing.
0-1, 96, upstairs and away. 1-1.
Drake Meeks, a guy who is not eligible for next year's draft either. He just turned 19 just under 2 months ago. Going into his sophomore year at Southern Miss.
Grounder, that goes foul. 1-2.
When you have off-speed stuff that sits at 90 miles per hour, it's pretty ridiculous. And you can change your velo like that, and you're throwing harder than some guys' fastballs, and yours is having that much of a velo difference and having breaking ball type stuff and movement.
Pitch outside, 2-2.
And it's really cool to see. I mean, that's the beauty of baseball, right? Where your starting pitcher today, Grant Stevens, is able to get strikeout stuff against some of the best hitters in the country while sitting mid-80s with the fastball. You have Drake Meeks come in later in the game, who's sitting 90 miles an hour with the changeup.
94 miles an hour fastball there. It's a strikeout to Easton Winfield for the first out.
When you have that kind of velo and you're throwing it upstairs, you're climbing the ladder there a little bit. It's going to be so hard for these hitters to get their barrel out in front of it and be able to do anything with it. It's a good pitch there by Meeks to climb the ladder and get the chase.
Charles Davalon looks at a pitch outside for his first plate appearance against Meeks. Davalon had a single in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and struck out in the 5th. Fouls that one high and out of play. Tie the game at 1-1. Davalon, the Florida Gulf Coast Eagle. 1-1. Grounder. That has Meeks, takes it himself. It's a throw over to Cavill. That might be a fastball over to Cavill with how quick that got into the hands of the Hilltopper.
It was 96 from the mound to home plate, and it was probably around the same from Meeks' hand to first base. And poor Blake Cavill had to try to make that play. I'm sure he's shaking his hand right now.
2 outs nonetheless to bring up Timo Becerra. Pitch goes inside, brushing back Becerra.
And behind the fastball, Meeks also works a cutter and a slider. And a cutter and a slider work in the same direction, so having both those pitches to work off each other has made his game much better.
Fastball at 95 up in the zone.
And Meek's not a small frame, a 6'4" guy, big stature, and that ball just absolutely flies out of his hand.
1-1. Sent into the air to the right side. Cavill into foul territory, makes the grab. Drake Meeks comes in and gets a 1-2-3 inning. Harbor Hawks trying to get back to even with the Cotuit Kettleers when we return. And with that, we say good evening once more to Matt Coates.
Thanks. Guys, a bit of a funny story from last night. One of our new pitchers, number 42, Joseph Stieber from UT Arlington, arrived last night. A group of our baseball operations interns were actually on their way to a dinner reservation, made a quick little detour to the Hyannis Transportation Center, and picked him up. He mentioned in passing how he wasn't able to stay with his host family last night. So they took him to dinner, had a nice meal, then went home with him, spent the night playing the new NCAA 2025 video game, and then David Baylett, one of our baseball operations interns, gave him the bed in the top bunk, let him sleep above him for the night. So nice little hospitality from our intern group for a new player who we'll see out here, hopefully in the coming days.
Thanks, Matt Coates. And hey, getting the first-class treatment. Heard he was also taking in some NCAA 25 with the guys as well during the off day as he dropped in. And sounds like the interns took full advantage of having a willing body.
Yeah, and it's such a cool story. I mean, you get to hang out with the guys before. He just got here. You know, hasn't even shown himself on the field yet, and you're going to get to play video games with him, get to hang out. And wonder what team he chose. UTA Mavericks don't have a football team, so he couldn't play for his own school. So
probably UMass, if I had to guess.
You're right. Definitely the Minutemen.
I mean, if you want your best chance to win, you know, Tyson Pumachan leading the charge for the Minutemen.
Maybe it's the Arkansas Fort Smith Lions, who also don't have a football team, so it couldn't have been them. Hate to see it, but where do you go to school, Jacob Irons?
Oh, Notre Dame. I think he could have played with them. Could have played with them. Michael Latalo steps in, trying to cut into this 3-run lead the Kettleers had. Shown a little bit of signs of getting to it. Back in the home half of the 7th. Harbor Hawks trying to keep the Hot Bats alive in a pitch that clears everyone's head.
And Michael Ebner comes in for his first complete inning of work. Came out of the bullpen, and a few runs that were already on base, not to his record. Comes in for it with his first clean slate.
Talos sends one into foul territory. Thatch running onto the gravel warning track to make the grab for the first out.
Time's taken for the Harbor Hawks. 5 more outs. Still need 3 runs, so get on base in any way possible. One swing of the bat is not going to tie up this game.
And you're really going to be kicking yourself there in that 7th inning. You have bases loaded, less than 2 outs. Again, even a ground ball where they get an out that scores 1 run, you know, you would like to see them have been able to get a timely hit there to really shrink this lead.
Eddie Pelk, who started the 7th inning with a walk, takes a called strike. He sees Ebner for the first time. There's McKay. He's able to earn a walk off of.
With that, all the credit to Michael Ebner to be able to come in a tough situation, facing a tough part of the lineup, and put up and only keep the Harbor Hawks at 2 runs.
0-2 in the dirt. Jay keeps it in front of him. Cannon Peebles in the on-deck circle for Hyannis. 0 for 3 as Pelk swings and misses for the second out here, the bottom of the 8th.
Great pitch there from Ebner once again. To get Pelk swinging again. He had such a nice swing and put up a couple of good at-bats together in his first game.
Cannon Peebles trying to continue on and keep the conveyor belt moving for the Harbor Hawks.
Peebles hitting the ball hard all night long.
0-1, Peebles hits it hard here. Back to the track is Winfield, and will make the grab onto the warning track. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Michael Ebner, with Peebles coming a couple feet short. We're going to the ninth. Harbor Hawks and Drake Meeks looking to try and keep the lead to 3.
Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning. Welcome you back here to McKeon Park. Drake Meeks trying to stay within striking distance of the Kettleers to bring up an all-important bottom of the ninth. But he's going to have to go through some tough batters in Nolan Araki, Jaron Advincula, and Tanner Thatch, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. And for Advincula, the second man due up, comes in with the best batting average on Cape Cod. It's been quiet today, 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. But for Drake Meeks, he's going to need all of his velo here to power the Harbor Hawks back into the dugout, try and create some bottom of the ninth magic.
And the Harbor Hawks are swinging the bats well, haven't been able to find grass too often. People showing you right there, sending that one deep into the right field. So if Drake Meeks can keep the Cotuit Kettleers there, look for the Harbor Hawks to try to string a couple of hits together.
Drake Meeks looks at a pitch inside.
Got to rally pinwheels here.
I think mine's going the fastest.
Trying to see what...
Is that even possible?
Pitch from Drake Meeks is a swing and a miss. Wind blowing right to left.
Mine is on the left.
Yeah, mine's going faster.
I think you're drafting off him, which I don't think you want in a pinwheel.
Look at mine go.
Rocky looks at a pitch outside from Meeks. 2-1 here in the Battle of Barnstable alongside Josh Schreiber, Nico Sharp, Jacob Irons, Josie Broyles, and Matt Coates have been on the sidelines for us all day long. 2-1 liner sent right back where it came from. Naraki begins the ninth with a leadoff single.
And that's the way you want to start if you're the Kettleers. Allow yourself to get a couple runs, give yourself some insurance. You know the Harbor Hawks can put up a big crooked number at any moment. It's a great start there from Naraki.
Ankula now with a runner on first. Takes on Meeks. Soul roller, that's off his glove. Meeks stays with it. He'll have to go to first. Thought about turning two. Does the surefire thing of getting the first out on the Rocky. Moves to second.
And just one of those times where Meeks just stuck his glove out there. It hit the very top of it right at his palm. So not able to field it cleanly. Would have been a tough double play regardless, but does get the out at first base, and now Thatch coming up with an RBI opportunity.
Thatch fouls one. Back to open up his AB. Thatch batting .278, an OPS of .972. 1 for 4 this evening with the double back in the fifth. The 0-1 from Meeks. Grounder to the right side of the infield. Cavill was there, underhands it to Meeks. He thought he was closer to the bag, and being able to beat it down the line is Thatch. Now runners on the corners with Narakni being able to move to third.
That's just the Bermuda Triangle, and that's the one you're going to work on the most in PFPs. You're going to work on running your banana, work on just normal pitching, fielding practice, but it's going to be that one hit right there into that triangle between first, second, and pitcher's mound where everyone's kind of hesitant on where they're supposed to go. As a pitcher, do you start running your banana and getting to first base? Second baseman, do you need to cover first? Is the first baseman coming off? And then as the first baseman, do I need to go get that ball, or is the first baseman left unoccupied? Really tough play there, and a couple hesitations there from the infield, allowing Thatch to get on.
This is your chance right now if you're Hyannis. Strikeout or a double play would be huge. Grant J has struggled so far this summer. Doesn't have the best speed.
Sends one back into the netting. The first pitch.
And with Brandon Compton up next, one of the two more dangerous hitters on this team, you'd love to get out of it right here with a double play ball.
Because you have Compton, and then behind him, Taylor, the two individuals who have homered for the Kettleers. Oh, a breaking ball. That has Jay ducking out of the way for it.
Not quite sure how Peebles caught that ball either behind Grant J's head. Saved a run, though.
Ball gets away from Cavill, and coming in to score is Naraki. It's now a 6-2 ball game in favor of the Kettleers.
Just gave Cotuit a big free run that time. Just on an error over to first base. And the difference between 3 and 4 runs is pretty drastic.
1-1's upstairs at 93, 2-1.
Yeah, such a big insurance run, and just bigger. It just makes you feel a little bit better as well if you're Cotuit. Another insurance run, going to put a little more pressure on the Harbor Hawks on their offensive side.
2-1 as Jay swings through to move the count to 2-2. On the check swing, appeal down to the first base umpire, Will Bowers. Two is called for strike 3. Grant J down looking for the second out, and Hyannis 1 out away from the bottom of the 9th.
And that's where that error hurts. You get the strikeout. Obviously, things can happen differently. Grant J could change his approach, but Now with 2 outs, you just need to go get Compton.
Compton grounds one over the first base coach for the Cotuit Kettleers, fielding it with bare hands.
Got a really nice ovation from the Cotuit dugout and the fan base here traveling well.
That's some talent. Oh, 1. Fouled away, and Compton behind 0-2.
Will Thompson over there, first base coach for Cotuit.
0-2, sent deep into center field. Pelk is there, makes the grab, a foot away from the warning track. The Cardiac Hawks are going to need to come alive in the bottom of the 9th. Try and get 4 runs to tie it up. We'll see you on the other side here in the Battle of Barnstable.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind the scenes, so like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference. Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Zach Duenas makes the jog from the Cotuit Kettleers bullpen to try and close it out and get the Kettleers the series win for the Battle of Barnstable.
And for Duenas, it's going to be his 3rd appearance, and he's come in for an inning of work in every single one of them. 2 appearances before this ball game, 2 2/3, inning pitch, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Fastball, curveball, it's going to be more of a slurve action from him. Going to have a little bit of horizontal movement as well. They're looking at him to get these last 3 outs and put the Harbor Hawks away and get the series win.
That kicks off a big week tonight, does. Heading into the All-Star break with everybody off Saturday and Sunday. The All-Star game taking place on Saturday. It's a week full of games. Duenas is out. Mason White will step into the box with future Harbor Hawks watching on.
And Duenas, once he gets through Mason White here, is going to have an opportunity to face his former teammate, Blake Cavill.
Pitch drops in for a strike on White. White 1 for 2. The single back in the 2nd. 0-1, White able to get barrel on, sends it foul.
That fastball, 95 miles per hour. And for Zach Duenas, very tall frame, 6'10", 225. Right-handed pitcher.
0-2 upstairs, 1-2.
He He is certainly an imposing figure out there.
Pitch inside to White to tie the count at 2 apiece.
Missed pretty high with that fastball the pitch before, and using that fastball and trying to throw in the breaker, riding on the hands of the left-hander Mason White.
Pitch in the dirt, and Mason White has battled back to load the count full here in the leadoff position in the home half of the 9th. Duenas deals. Swing and a miss. Mason White is retired with the strikeout. Harbor Hawks down to their last 2 outs.
And they're in a big spot. It's a good pitch, inside fastball. Mason White, big swing on 3-2. Comes up empty. It's a great job there for the Kettleers, getting that first out, and really just feel like you're pulling the life out of the Harbor Hawks. So down by 4, they won that leadoff man, and if they're able to find a way to get Mason White on, and it gives the Harbor Hawks a little bit of life. It's a great job by Duenas there.
Blake Cavill looks at a firm fastball. Right indeed, Josh. This is 0-1 breaking ball. It's in for strike. 0 for 2, and Cavill's behind.
That last fastball Duenas threw, we have it at 94. That would have been his fastest pitch of the season.
0-2 inside, brushing Cavill back off the plate.
And already hitting 95 today. His first fastball that he threw, the second pitch to Mason White, was 95 miles per hour. So already made a little amped up here in the Battle of Barnstable.
1-2, Cavill wanted it, held back on it. Jesse West, the home plate umpire, checks down with Ryan DeMare, who says Cavill did not go around.
Duenas really reaches back there. 6'10", look at his arm go way back and reach back for it.
2-2, swing and a miss. Cavill retired via the strikeout.
That curveball is absolutely filthy from the 6'10" right-hander. You have a guy that tall, reaching down already halfway, has a fastball that's already shown to show 93, 94, and then that breaking ball having so much vertical movement from that frame, that's a really tough pitch to hit.
Tate, the fly ball go to center field, and Valen is there to get the out. Duenas comes in and shuts the door, and the Harbor Hawks fall short of the Cotuit Kettleers as they pick up their 20th win of the season and take the season series. Hyannis back on the road tomorrow. They travel to Veterans Field to take on the Chatham Anglers. Tough one that Hyannis just fell short of.
It's kind of a tough one, especially with Cotuit and Wareham both getting the victories up ahead of the Harbor Hawks. And it's one of those games where you play so well at home, you know you have to win at home, and then losing the series to someone who that's where it could have come down to at the end of the season. Now going back on the road where you've struggled, currently sitting at 4-9 on the road. Harbor Hawks really wanted to have this one here at McKeon Park.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it certainly stings to lose the series to Cotuit, of course. A long rivalry, but still plenty of season left. I mean, for example, we saw Bourne win it all last season. What were they, the 4 seed?
They were.
All it takes is a hot playoff run, and that's all you need. So Hyannis loses the series to Cotuit, but still plenty of opportunity to have some big moments.
These two teams will meet on August 1st back at Lowell Park to finish out the season series. Hyannis back on the road tomorrow, taking on Chatham for their final time at Veterans Field. Alongside Josh Schreiber and Nico Sharp, I'm Jacob Irons, Matt Coates, and Josie Broyles have been on the sidelines for our amazing production crew of Dan Bottolino, Charlie Adams, and Chase Avery. I'm Jacob Irons saying so long from McKeon Park. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Veterans Field.
At the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.